Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel Biostat Insights. Today we are going to discuss scale of measurements and also be the other insights. So measure contented. First we are going to discuss the introduction, why we needed the scale of measurements, and then what type of a scale of measurements, nominal scale, ordinal, ratio scale and interval scale. Then we will check the overview of all these scales and then we'll see the difference in between. So in this whole of the content, the first we have to learn, and the most important slide that we we are going to discuss is the difference in between, so where we can easily understand what is the measure scale measure role of scale of measurements and what is the difference criteria where we can applicable this scale of measurements. Introduction. First, like you all know, as data is heart of statistics. At the time of data analysis and presentation, people are still confused whatever statistical analysis will be suitable on set of the data. So for example, you can measure height, gender and class ranking. So there is a different type of data and different type of scale of measurement on that scales. It can be decided by looking at the type of data and objective of research. That's why we are going to discuss the types of scales. So we can easily understand with the seeing the data, what type of data and what type of scale of measurement is suitable for that data. So there are four types of scale of measurement: nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio. Here, the important part is nominal and ordinal is a quantitative data, and whereas interval scale measurement are part of qualitative data. Nominal scales. This is the lowest level of measurements. Categories data into distinct non-ordered categories or groups. We have a category of data, but there is no order. No specific order, nominal characters with only two expressions called as binary and dichotomous. When we have a two expressions or the two categories, it will be known as binary and dichotomous. Example like a gender, it's a male or female. We have a two category only, so it will known as the dichotomous data. Other example of nominal scale is marital status, single, married, divorced and widow. Next is ordinal scale. Ordinal scale when we have a categories of data with the ordered level. In other words, we can say the rank of the data. This is the combination of the nominal scale and the quantitative property. When we have a nominal scales and the quantitative property is there. Quantity means quality of data. So nominal scale categorize or specify the attribute of the data. For examples, in a work culture that impact the growth, we are likely to check that one. So here we have a different type of response in Likert scale: strongly disagree, agree, neither agree nor disagree, agree, and strongly agree. We have a response in the ordered scales. Next, interval scale. Interval scale when we have a quantitative data. When we have a quantitative values, it will come up as an interval scale. Interval scale do not have a true 0 point that indicates the absence of measured quantity. This is known as one of the lack of the data. We don't have a true zero values. Distance between 2 points is meaningful. If we conclude the difference or distance between 2 points, so it will be make inference about that data. For example, 10-degree difference between 10 and 20 degrees Celsius temperature, or 10-degree difference between 50 to 60 degrees Celsius is same. These are equivalent and we can inference about that temperature. But if we have a zero temperature, so we can't able to represent anything in the temperature. This is known as lack of temperature. Ratio scale. Ratio scale is a measurement scale where all these four scale of measurements property included. Ratio scale data is continuous or discrete. These variable have zero measurement. representing the laugh of attribute. The problem that interval scale is this is that zero through zero not available, that overcome with the ratio scale included the through zero values. The scale has equal interval between measurements. For example, temperature in Kelvin with its absolute zero that represent the no temperature. If we have a 0 degree Celsius or 0 degree Kelvin, it represents there is a no temperature. Weight would be in the 10, 20 or 25.5 also kg. And then class interval, like in the class interval for the subjects 0 to 10 we have a 10 subjects, and 10 to 20 we have a 5 subjects. So in the class interval you can see that we are included 0 only also. Now we are going to overview the whole level of measurement data. In the nominal scale we only named variables. We have a variable that we can named it. Ordinal scale we have a named plus ordered values. Interval scale named ordered value plus proportion interval between values also there. Ratio we have a named order value proportion value which including zero also. So ordinal and nominal scale specify the quantitative qualitative data, and ratio and interval scale specify the quantitative data. Now we are going to discuss comparison between scale of measurements. Level of measurements like the properties. When we have a discrete data with the orderless, we can use the nominal scale. When we are ordered categories comparisons, then ordinal scale. The difference between ordered values has meaning. Then it's an interval scale. Continuous through zero ratio statement. It's a ratio statement. Then descriptive statistics. What are the statistics we can use for the different types of scales? In the nominal scale, we can use frequency or mode because we can't calculate mean and median SD for the nominal scale. So mode will be the proper measure of or suitable measure of central tendency. In ordinal scale, frequency, mode, median, percentile will can be used, but we cannot interpret the distance between any two values. For example, if we have is in a school of grade ABC, we have, but we cannot say that what is the distance, exact distance between A and B and same as B and C. These are the grades only. Interval scale, we have calculate frequencies, mode, median, mean. Standard deviation is standard error also. Ratio scale, frequencies, mode, median, mean, standard deviation, standard error, and coefficient of variations. So these are the, like for example, weight and height of the subjects. Then graph. For any of the comparison or the representation of data, we have to know what are the graphs should be suitable for that data. So in the nominal scale, we can only use the bar graph and pie charts. Ordinal scale, we can use bar, pie, stem and leaf. Interval scale, bar, pie chart, stem and leaf, box plot and histogram. Ratio scale, we can use histogram and box plot. Thank you everyone. If you like our content, please subscribe our channel. We will come up and meet you soon. Bye.